Dr. Obsy. I'm responsible for taking all our luggages. You can come and see. Wasn't an easy job. Bringing her here to Shoutouts.
A whole
Now,
village.
you can see
8 suitcases in there.
32 kg each. I carry them, yes, I have muscles. You can see my belly, but I also have muscles. So I'm responsible for this good job, but I haven't been paid yet. I could be paid in kind.
I cooked.
She cooked, but everybody cooks. You all know that. But in one of those bags, we have about 200 liters of perfume, and I did not get even one.
That's not
If
true.
she intends to load it on YouTube, guys, you can be the judge. Do I deserve one perfume or not?
You deserve expensive ones, more than one perfume.
I've done my job.
Finally. You guys, this is a bittersweet moment. It's a bittersweet moment. Amen.
Obsy speaking travel tired. Even though I lived there more than 4 years, she did not come and visit me. Only now.
But I lived here now 1 full week plus.
Did you enjoy?
I did. And the days you made me laugh on the floor, I enjoyed it. Thank you. Alright guys, this is just to serve as a remembrance. Sorry, I have stuffed nose. I have been really stressed. but I'm traveling for Christmas to Nigeria.
At the program, you're gonna find these brands just in 3 countries.
Yeah, it's not in Hungary. This one's not.
That's in Paris, in Qatar, and
The UK, yeah.
Music on my mind.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Obsy, aka Dr. Obsy, aka Dr. Obsy Inyang. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. So this video is basically all about my stay in Hungary. I mean, if you've watched the beginning clips, you've already seen that I have left Hungary, or you've seen like my journey from the airport or my little clips here and there. Basically, I'm no longer in Hungary, guys. Yeah, I'm no longer there. I moved a few weeks ago. So that's what this video is all about. I want to tell you guys my experience in Hungary. I want to share with you guys how the journey has been so far, and I'll do that answering some specific questions. So if this is the kind of video that interests you, then make sure you keep on watching.
When did you leave Hungary and why?
I left Hungary a few days ago. I left Hungary a few days ago. Why? Because I felt it was time.
How did you find yourself in Hungary?
I went to Hungary in 2010. That was 14 years ago. I went to study. That was the whole purpose of my travel. I went for studies. I studied in Debrecen and I studied medicine, which took It took a very long time, a number of years, and I ended up working there for a bit.
Why medicine?
Why medicine? I think I have never thought about doing anything else. Medicine has always been my choice right from childhood. And I don't want to give that cliche saying of I want to help people, but yeah, I want to help people. It's just something I've always wanted to do. So my dad has always wanted me to do like a professional course. So it kind of made me streamline what I was going to study. Medicine, law, engineering, and all of that. And medicine was a surest bet. Yeah, I'm glad I did actually.
How was your experience studying medicine in Hungary?
Hard. It was really hard. I can't even lie. I failed some courses. I failed some exams. I cried. I was sad. I had a very strong support system. Every exam I wrote, my parents wrote with me. That's how difficult it was. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad that I went through that journey. It's not just about the medicine aspect, it's not just about graduating as a doctor, but I felt like it actually disciplined me. It formed a major part of me in terms of character. So I built a lot of character. I built resilience in chasing my dreams. And even if I don't end up practicing tomorrow, there's always something that I have gained from studying medicine. So yeah, I'm glad I did actually.
It's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
What's Christmas like in Hungary?
I actually like Christmas in Hungary. I mean, apart from the fact that you don't have family there with you, kind of sad a little bit. But Christmas is fun when you're outside. I mean, it's really, really cold, first of all. Extremely cold, sometimes snowing. One thing I do really miss, or I would miss about Christmas in Hungary is the mulled wine. You know, when they cook wine, sweet wine, I don't know what particular wine they use, but there's a specific wine that they use, and they cook it, probably add some spices maybe, and usually usually is like a signature. So there's always a Christmas market as well on Fashion Street. If you're in Hungary, make sure you go to Fashion Street. There's like a lot of, local stores that come out in the streets. They sell a lot of vintage items, Christmas stuff, different kinds of food as well. And there's always this mulled wine. I think that thing is very reminiscent for me because I always had it every Christmas. I would say Hungarians are very family oriented, so they kind of spend time with family most of the time. So they cook different delicacies and they spend it with family. So that's how Christmas is in Hungary.
How do Hungarians celebrate New Year's Eve?
Fireworks. There's always fireworks on 31st. In Debrecen, there's always fireworks in city center. Also in Budapest, I've never been to the one in Budapest though, because it's very crowded. Like everybody literally goes there. There's a countdown, and then when it's 12 midnight, then it starts the fireworks, as in unending. It's very beautiful. I can't lie. And if you have a spouse, if you have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend, you can always go there and have your first kiss.
How would you describe your Hungarian sense of humor?
Hungarian sense of humor. I think it's very different from mine, first of all, because I'm Nigerian, so there's always going to be that difference. But some of them can be very funny. They are sarcastic. I would say not as sarcastic as the British, but they can be funny in terms of sarcasm in that sense. But it's very different from the African sense of humor. So, but I laugh to everything at the end of the day. Like, I would laugh to make you happy. That works.
What's your favorite Hungarian street food?
Oh yeah, there's this thing called the chimney cake. Now I don't know if it's Hungarian, but it's a chimney cake, and it's like, I'll probably leave a picture on the screen if I find somewhere. It can be wrapped in cinnamon, sugar, coconut. They have different flavors. I just really like how it smells, and it always draws me to them. It's very sweet though, I must warn you. A lot of Hungarians have like these different snacks like foneti, pogacha. Like they have a lot of like little snacks that are very common to them. I don't know if I'll call them street food though, but I would say the chimney cake for me because it's really nice and it's on the street. They make it on the street. They make it in front of you. So yeah.
How was it like learning the language?
Hard. So when I was in medical school, it's compulsory to learn Hungarian for 3 years, I believe. Yeah, it's learn Hungarian for 3 years in medical school because when you're practicing as a student or medical student, you have to interact with patients and you have to speak Hungarian to them. So we always had this book called Teshek Mondani. To be honest, the only thing I knew was the medical Hungarian. So that was all I was familiar with. And I did not think I was going to stay in Hungary for that long. But eventually when I started working, I learned Hungarian by myself. I learned on the job. And I'm grateful for the places I work because it gave me a chance. So I practically learned Hungarian by myself. It was really hard, I can't even lie. I think I understand more than I speak. I can only speak to work in terms of like interacting with patients and getting the job done. Hungarian is hard. There are different words for different things and they mean the same thing. It's like having English slang, what's up, there's also how far, there's also hello. All means the same thing, but like if you're not familiar with those words and they use it on you, you might not be able to respond. So that's how I found Hungarian. But it was interesting to know that I could, speak to an extent.
How do Hungarians typically greet themselves?
How do you what?
How do Hungarians typically greet themselves?
Oh, hello. Hello. No, not hello. It's hello. See ya. And they give those two-sided kisses. Mwah, mwah, on the side. You're a girl. Yo napot. Chocolom. Oh, there's chocolom as well. Chocolom. Pussy as by pussy means kiss. The pussy. That's how they greet themselves.
Why did you decide to leave Hungary?
Like I said earlier, I thought it was time. There comes a time in everyone's life when you realize that it's time to move to the next level. So for me, I felt there was nothing extra Hungary could give me in terms of my life in general. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still more that I could have gained in terms of career. I could have specialized, right? I could have gotten a specialization in any specialty. But for me, I was thinking wholesome. I've gotten to an age where career is not the only major part of my life. There are other aspects of my life that I want to grow in. And also, if you know Hungary is like a bubble. Hungary is quite small. And if you are caught in that bubble, you might not really be aware or familiar with what happens outside the world. If you're in that bubble, you can't think far. You can't think outside the box. And for me, that was very important in this age of my life. I'm no longer a baby. You have to grow. And I felt like Hungary wasn't giving me the growth that I wanted. I got really comfortable, extremely comfortable. I felt like I was just working to pay my bills as opposed to working to build wealth. And I just knew it was time for me to leave because I wasn't motivated to do anything. It wasn't pushing me. I wasn't pushing boundaries. I was just very, very comfortable. I'm a third country national. They really did not prioritize me in any way, shape or form. So I felt it was time for me to leave to a country that I would grow in and I would be better in, and I can always go back to give to my country.
How does it feel like living in Hungary?
It's bittersweet, if I'm being honest. I am happy I left because it's a very difficult decision to make. I did not know this time would come, if I'm being honest with you. I never knew that this day would come where I would say I'm no longer in Hungary. Hungary felt like home. Like, it felt like home, but not home. It felt like home because I've been there for so long, 14 years. It always felt like a transition. It always felt like I was going to move to the next phase. You know, it was just a matter of time. So I was comfortable, but very uncomfortable. The way I want to live my life, I wasn't doing it to the full extent because I knew I was going to always leave. But that day, I wasn't sure. And I did say earlier in the year that I was going to leave this year, but I did not have a plan. I didn't know how that time would come, but it finally came. I had some friends that I left behind. Seeing them all sad that I was leaving also kind of made me sad. You know, the experiences that I built there, you know, the friendship, the bonds that I built there as well, was kind of sad to leave that behind and move on. It was a difficult decision, and also not really being sure of your future because you're moving to ensure that you grow, but you're not really sure what that growth is going to be like. You don't know what the next step is going to be like. I mean, you might have a plan, but you're not really sure if the plan is going to work. So it was bittersweet, but I'm glad I did. I'm happy I left. I was very happy, but when it was time to leave, I started feeling sad a bit because attachment things. I hate to say goodbyes. I hate goodbyes. So yeah.
Would you advise anyone to move to Hungary?
Nope. I don't know. No. In the past, yeah, because Hungary is quite affordable. You can come there, study whatever you want to study, medicine, engineering, computer science, anything, and move to the next phase. And sometimes, actually, if you feel like you can be disciplined enough to leave after studies, then fine. I just feel like a lot of people that come to Hungary get comfortable. You can start your life there, but I don't think it's a place that is easy for you to settle in. Yeah, so I would always say that you would gain more in another country because, again, the school fees right now is also, it's kind of similar, or it's the same price range with schooling in the UK. It's no longer as cheap as it used to be before. That's why I said no. Just go somewhere else that will offer more opportunity. And yeah, I wouldn't advise. I would just say go to a different country that would offer you more opportunities. But if you're disciplined enough to, you know, plan while you're studying there, because that's always the plan, you know, go study there and planning while you're studying so that you are not stranded, then go ahead and do it.
Would you like to go back to Hungary someday?
Yeah, actually, I'll definitely go back. Not to leave, though. I would go back to visit. There are some places that I would like to visit that I never visited when I was in Hungary. I'm always a homebody. Like, I don't like traveling. I don't like going anywhere. I travel when I can, though. But I feel like Hungary would definitely be a place I will always visit because I literally spent a major part of my life, my youth, full years in Hungary. I went to Hungary when I was 16 plus, almost 17, and now I'm leaving when I'm 30. That's a very long time. I basically grew up in Hungary, so I definitely have to go back to just visit, but never to stay there.
What was your favorite thing to do in Budapest?
My favorite thing to do in Budapest, smelling perfumes for sure. I loved going to the fragrance stores. I loved exploring new fragrance stores, and I always made sure that they knew me. And shout out to Belodor, shout out to Neroli, shout out to Seven Sense. Those are my favorite stores. Shout out to myself with Budapest as well. They knew how much love I had for fragrances, and I'm also grateful for them because they kind of also made me experience some certain kind of fragrance love. I felt closer to them. We had conversations. They would invite me for private events sometimes, and I'm grateful for those experiences because I know a lot of those in Hungary, and so I'm so glad that I was able to experience those. That was one of my favorite things. When I'm sad, I go smell perfumes. When I'm happy, I go smell perfumes. That was literally my therapy. So trying out new restaurants was also something I love to do. I used to enjoy going out on solo dates. I go out, try new restaurants, eat, have tons of cocktails. That was me. Partying got boring at some point, so I wouldn't really include that. But yeah, I would say fragrances and try new restaurants.
So, what are your favorite things apart from smelling perfume?
Favorite things apart from smelling perfumes and solo dates? Well, partying with my friends, yes. In fact, I would not say partying. I enjoyed spending time with my friends in the house, drinking with my friends, having conversations. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love when we argue in the house about topics. I love when we play drinking games. Partying is just an icing on the cake. But I did not really enjoy partying, I must be honest with you. I just enjoyed spending time with my friends, home or outside. So I think that was the extra thing I enjoyed doing. After that, I was just sleeping. I really love to sleep. I don't sleep often. Like, I'm a night owl or whatever. But I enjoy sleeping. Yeah. And filming YouTube videos too.
So, during your school years, is there this one person you always wanted to give a shout out? Like, you didn't get an opportunity to do it?
No. Nobody. I think everybody I wanted to give a shout out to, or anybody I wanted to say thank you to, I've already said thank you to them.
Who is that one special friend you always have in the corner?
that I always had by the corner in uni or in
Ever?
life.
Yeah, in life.
I had a lot of friends for different reasons or for different purposes. Like every friend I had was very unique to me. I don't have a best friend. I've never had a best friend. I don't believe in best friends, but I believe in having quality friends.
Right.
I always had friends I could call on. So I'm talking about my girls, right? If I want to call all the people that influenced my life, it'll be long. I'm talking about my girls, and these are people. If I'm getting married tomorrow, this is my bridal train. They were in my life for special reasons. They get me in different ways. One thing that connects me to all of them is God. Like I cannot have a friend that I cannot talk about God with, and you know that about me. They will do the same to me. So yeah, I'm grateful for those people.
You've spent like most of your youthful days in Hungary. So which other country would you like to live in nearest future?
UK. Not because the UK is any special. I think just because UK just feels more like home. I don't know if it's because I've been going there or because my friend is there as well. I saw people that look like me. In Hungary, that's one thing I was not getting. First of all, it's an English-speaking country. Secondly, I just saw people that look like me doing other things apart from their careers. They could open businesses. There's a clear pathway to getting what you want, if you understand what I mean. I see myself living in the UK. US is also an option now. I never really considered the US, but I also see myself living in the US if situations align. But for now, UK. Any more questions?
What pathway or advice do you have for anyone that wants to live in Hungary or move to Hungary?
If you can school somewhere else, I would advise you to go school somewhere else. But if you feel like Hungary is your do or die affair, I would always say have your backup plan. Except you're coming to Hungary to settle down and you want to live in Hungary forever, which will be a very tough one for you, I'm being honest. Have your backup plan. Make sure that you are very, very intentional in whatever decision you make. Make sure that you are able to mix studying and handling your plans because it's very easy for you to get carried away and not do anything about your plans, and then time goes by really, really quickly. If you're going to study medicine, that's a different ball game. Sit your ass down and study, but ultimately have your backup plan and be intentional. Ask questions and make sure, in fact, my final advice, so that I wrap up this video, my final advice would be make sure that you're doing things that are peculiar to you. Don't make plans based on what other people are doing. Make sure that you're convicted and you're sure that that's something that, or that's a journey that you want to embark on, because you're going to hear a lot of advice. You're going to get a lot of noise. It's important for you to make a decision based on what you want for yourself and based on the plan that is ahead of you. Ignore the distractions. There'll be challenges for sure, but stick to the plan. Keep your eyes on the prize and you'll be fine. All right. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, do not forget to hit the subscribe button here, I believe. Like this video, of course. Share it to your friends and your loved ones. If you're not following me on Instagram, my name is Obsy_P, and that's on period. On Twitter, my name is @Dr_Obsy. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
P, forget it.
Period.